Today we're going to be talking about the Democratic Republic of Congo. Here we see the Democratic Republic of Congo, and it's going to be located in Central Africa. A lot of the wars and genocides that are going on here have also been stemming from outside countries such as Uganda and Sudan. The genocides that are going on here in the Democratic Republic of Congo have been compared to being worse than the Holocaust and the genocides that were going on during World War II.
Alright, so let's get to know the DRC a little. First off, it's located in Central Africa. Has about 71 million inhabitants. There's 11 different provinces, and there's a lot of social and ethnic groups that live in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
In the late 1990s, there have been a clash of ethnic groups in the DRC. Sustained fighting from the CNDP, led by Charles Nkundi, in other words, featured in the video by Nicholas Kristof, and the militant group of the Rwandan FDLR has led many to death in North and South Kivu. This violence has led many astray, and many have died of poor living conditions and poor water conditions. These militant groups have also sparked intent to kill ethnic groups like the Hutu Banyarwanda, the Hema, the Lendu, and the Banyamulenge.
So the area that is most affected by far is the Kivu region, which, as you can see right here, is to the east in the Democratic Republic of Congo, next to Rwanda, Uganda, also places that are experiencing difficulties and warlike situations. There have been over 900,000 displaced from the Kivu regions, and in 2009 there was an estimate of 7,000 rapes occurring that year. So clearly there's a lot of issues going on just in that region.
In this slide we have background information and the timeline of events that sparked this genocide in the DRC. In 1996 to 1997 we have the First Congo War. In this war, the Tutsi rebels take over the eastern part of Zaire, which was formerly the DRC. Then, in 1998, we have the Second Congo War, which is a clash of 8 different countries, either siding with Joseph Kabila, who took over the eastern part of Zaire, or other militant groups. This is also known as the African Civil War. This war ended in 2003 formally, but since then, Joseph Kabila's son succeeded the throne in search for peace. In 2003 to 2006, this search for peace and a transitional government has begun. But, however, in January from August 2008, an attempt for peace had ended. Nkundi's militant groups had clashed with others and taken many eastern DRCs to his hold. And he had also clashed with the Congolese army in this time span. At this time, though, the UN monarchs, a peace group for the UN, had been displaced into the DRC to resolve conflicts. However, they have been unsuccessful in their attempts. Then, in August of 2009, the Hutu army entered to stop militant groups, and the FDLR at this time began killing thousands of civilians.
So a little bit on the current situation as it lies today in the Democratic Republic of Congo. There's still the ongoing battle since the Second Congo War that was thought to have ended in 2003 with peace offerings. There are also the continued fights for rare earth metals and valuable natural resources that are being used in today's tablets and smartphones. A lot of these rebel and militant groups are using scare tactics, including kidnapping, rape, maiming, amputations, and more, that are leading to continued mass exterminations of small villages and small groups of people to get them out of the way of these rebel and militant groups. How does this conflict rank on the 8 stages of genocide from genocidewatch.com? Currently, the conflict in the DRC is on stage 7, or extermination. During extermination, many groups are being killed or maimed or hurt to the point where they'll eventually die from their wounds from these militant and rebel groups. A lot of the people that are being singled out are women, which would be under the the dehumanization, and the organization stages of the 8 stages of genocide. All of these stages are carried out any single time that someone or a group of people is going out to kill anyone. So where exactly does this conflict lie on the ADL Pyramid of Hate? Here's our 5-stage pyramid that we've learned in class, and right now, the conflict in the DRC is going to be on stage 5, or genocide. Now the biggest thing about this genocide in the DRC is that no single group is being targeted like in the Holocaust. It's just anybody and everybody that's in the way of these militant and rebel groups that's being slaughtered and maimed to get them out of their way so they don't have to deal with them. Here are some efforts that have been recently set forth to try to appease the conflict in the DRC. The United States is trying to pass legislation to help end the battles fueled by natural resources that are needed for our smartphones and our laptops. What's happening is groups are going in there and getting these minerals by killing people and then just harvesting the land for them, and then they're selling them to companies here in the U.S. and in other countries, and those companies aren't worried about how the groups that are selling them the products got those products. Also, the U.S. Embassy is fighting to help with fair elections for non-corrupt leaders and non-corrupt elections to get those leaders into office. And also, the UN and MONUSCO continue to provide support in the DRC with small peace groups and other groups that are trying to help people get to refugee camps to stay out of the battles. Here we have just a few of the many sources that were given for the Democratic Republic of Congo.